If you look at your hand, a towering redwood tree, a soaring eagle, or even the invisible bacteria living on your skin, on the surface, they couldn't be more different. But beneath that diversity lies one astonishing fact. Every known organism on Earth speaks the same genetic language, the same DNA code, the same 20 amino acids, the same fundamental chemistry. For more than a century, this has been one of biology's strongest clues that every living thing descended from a single ancient ancestor, a mysterious organism which scientists call LUCA, the Last Universal Common Ancestor. For decades, we imagined LUCA as a complete, free living cell, a microscopic pioneer that could survive on its own, harvest energy, protect itself with a membrane, and eventually give rise to every form of life on Earth. It was an elegant story, simple and convincing. But what if that picture was incomplete? In August 2026, a new study proposed something surprising. Instead of looking for ancient fossils, researchers reconstructed the chemistry that powers every living cell today. And what they found suggests LUCA may have been far more dependent on its environment than anyone imagined. To understand why, we first need to understand what keeps every living cell alive. Every second, trillions of chemical reactions occur inside your body. Together, these reactions form metabolism, the network that converts simple molecules like carbon dioxide, hydrogen, and ammonia into amino acids, DNA building blocks, vitamins, and every component required for life. But this creates one of biology's oldest paradoxes, and it is that enzymes accelerate these reactions. Yet, as we know, enzymes are themselves one of the products of metabolism. So how could metabolism exist before enzymes had evolved? The answer may lie nearly 4 billion years ago in the past, and at the bottom of Earth's oceans. Back then, the seafloor was dotted with hydrothermal vents, towering chimneys that released superheated, mineral-rich fluid into the surrounding water. They were natural chemical reactors. When researchers traced the core metabolic pathways of modern life back towards their simplest forms, they uncovered an unexpected pattern. Many of the reactions essential for early metabolism may not have required biological enzymes at all. Instead, they could have been driven by naturally occurring metals embedded within the rocks of hydrothermal vents. For example, metals like iron and nickel. And under experimental conditions, even metals such as palladium can catalyze similar reactions. In other words, the Earth's geology may have performed some part of the chemistry before biology even learned to do it itself. The study also suggests that early life may have relied on simpler energy sources rather than modern cells. Today, virtually every organism uses ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate, the universal energy currency of life. But before ATP-based metabolism evolved, compounds such as phosphite may have provided an alternative source of chemical energy in the vent-like environments. If this picture is correct, LUCA may not have been a fully independent organism at all. It may have depended on the mineral-rich walls of hydrothermal vents to complete crucial chemical reactions. Rather than carrying all of life's machinery inside itself, it may have borrowed part of that machinery from the planet Earth. In a sense, the earliest life may not have separated itself from Earth. It may have been an extension of it. And if that's true, then our oldest ancestor wasn't simply living on Earth. They were living with Earth. So the question is, if LUCA was tethered to the vents, how did life ever escape? For a protocell to leave its volcanic cradle and become a free-living organism, it had to undergo a massive upgrade. It had to replace those environmental metal catalysts with its own custom-made enzymes. It had to build its own self-contained engine and its own protective cell wall. And this is where the mystery deepens. If bacteria and archaea split after they became free-living cells, they should share the exact same enzymes for these core reactions. After all, those enzymes would have been the keys to their survival. But when scientists looked at the actual structures of these vital enzymes, they found something shocking. The enzymes are completely different. Bacteria and archaea use structurally distinct proteins to catalyze the exact same metabolic reactions. They solve the exact same chemical problems with completely different molecular tools. Even more bizarre is their armor. The protective membranes that keep a cell's innards from dissolving into the ocean are made up of entirely different fats called lipids. To make those lipids, bacteria and archaea use completely different sets of genes and enzymes. There is no way they inherited these systems from a common free-living ancestor. As an evolutionary biologist, William Martin says, the bacterial and archaeal lineages made the transition to the free-living state independently. Now think about what that actually means. While still trapped inside the geochemical warmth of the hydrothermal vents, the ancestors of bacteria and archaea began to diverge. They were still relying on the vents' metals, but as they slowly evolved the ability to make their own enzymes, they do so on two completely separate pathways. They didn't split as living free roaming cells. They split as non-living chemical mixtures and then independently crossed the threshold into true free living life. We are looking at one origin of the genetic code, but two entirely separate origins of life. As you can imagine, a claim like this much radical has ignited a fierce debate in the scientific community. Not everyone agrees with this double origin theory. Some scientists propose that LUCA might have been far more complex than a half-alive chemical mixture. They argued that LUCA might have been a single sophisticated cell with a mixed membrane, a hybrid container made of both bacterial and archaeal lipids. In this view, there was only one origin of free-living cells, and the two lineages simply discarded different parts of their hybrid membranes over time. But supporters of the new study argue that a hybrid setup is highly unlikely. The cellular machinery required to make those two different types of lipids is so fundamentally different that it's incredibly hard to imagine a single cell running both systems at once. The truth is, we are trying to read a blueprint that was written 4 billion years ago. As microbiologist Donato Giovanelli states, we can reconstruct what is highly plausible, but we may never know with absolute certainty exactly how these first sparks were struck. But the mere plausibility of this new theory changes everything. If life on Earth managed to transition from raw chemistry to self-sustaining biology, not once but twice, it completely rewrites our understanding of our place in the universe. For a long time, we treated the origin of life as a cosmic fluke, a series of near impossible, lucky breaks that happened to go right on a single fragile planet. But this new research suggests that life isn't an accident, it might be a physical inevitability. If you have a wet planet with volcanic activity, hydrothermal vents, and the right mix of metals, chemistry will naturally organize into biology. The geochemical engine of the planet will practically force life into existence, and it will do it in more than one way. Suddenly, the icy oceans of Saturn's moon Enceladus or the deep sea vents of Jupiter's moon Europa don't look like barren wastes, they look like incubators. If hydrothermal chemistry can spark life twice on Earth, there is no reason to think it hasn't sparked life millions of times across the stars. We have spent centuries searching for our ultimate singular origin. But perhaps the grandest truth of all is that the universe is not a quiet desert waiting for a single lucky seed. Perhaps the universe is a garden where life is constantly pushing through the soil, trying to find a way to breathe over and over again. And with that, we come to the end of this short documentary. But one question still remains. Do you think life exists beyond Earth? Are we truly alone in this vast universe? or is something out there waiting to be discovered? Tell me what you think in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more mind-bending theories, mysteries, and stories that challenge the way we see our universe. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.